Hello viewers, in this video we are going to cover this tab operator in RxJs. These are the most aspects about this tab operator. Let's see one by one. First one is the common usage is for debugging uh, for developers. For example, here you see I'm calling one service and subscribe it. Before subscribe it, I'm just piping, and inside the pipe I'm just doing something with tab operator. So before subscribe this service, I'm just debugging what's the result comes from this observable. So I can see the result here. Okay, so this is the base usage for tab operator in RxJs. If I check it in browser, I can see two logs. So this one is comes from the tab operator, this one is comes from the subscribe method. Okay, if I deep look on the two outputs, I can see the same results, right? So what is the other purpose of tab operator is this tab operator do not disturb the value of source observables. Okay, inside this tab operator we can't alter or modify this value inside the tab operator. Okay, so it will return always the original value to the subscribe. For example, if you make the array as empty, here you can see it here inside the tab operator itself only it made array as empty, but not in the subscribe method. So now what we can understand is inside the tab operator we can't edit the result of source observable, and this tab operator pass the original value to the subscribe method. Clear now, right? Okay, it used to side effects without altering the value from source observable. We covered this one but not this one. What is this actually is side effects, in the sense we can change the state variable in our application inside the tab operator instead of subscription. We can use the real advantage of this tab operator of the side effects things in fork join concepts. For example, just commented out the previous example and added some properties here and called some APIs inside the fork join. I hope you know about fork join. If you don't know, I will provide a video and provide the video link in top right corner. You can watch that. Now we can continue here. This fork join will wait until all APIs will be finished. Once it's finished, it would be called the subscribe, and this we are assigning values from this result variable to the corresponding properties. Here this 0 index is denoting the first API and 4th index denoting the 5th API call result. So let's assume this API would provide start date and end date, and this API would provide login profile details. So I am assigning the value to this corresponding properties. Actually here you can see the code is very messy. It doesn't look like very pretty. What we can do is now with tab operator we should add the corresponding API call and add the tab operator, moving this value to here and change the variable. So now we can easily understand now what we are doing now. We are just calling the API, and based on the API result we are just assigning the value to the appropriate properties. So in this purpose these also the tab operator purpose, so we can easy to refactor our code, right? This is the side effects used with tab operator. We are doing some effects to the properties before it subscribe it, right? And we can easily understand the code what we are written for, let other developers to understand easily. Let's come back to the old example, and what we are going to do is, now we can notice what would be the callback function for this tab operator is next error and complete or observable result. This observable result is nothing but this one, simply to say. Okay, if you are move with the callback operator and do like this is the callback syntax for the tab operator, we can do with next error and complete. This is normal iteration for like the result of observable, and error is nothing but it comes under this error based on this observable. Complete is last iteration of this tab operator. Once it's done, we can have this log. Let's check in browser. If you notice here, you can see the value from the tab operator, and this is from the subscribe. And so once all subscription is completed, then only we can see tab complete functionalities. And then this is already we discussed. The tab operator will return the same data comes from the source of the observable, not like the map operator. Map operator can modify the source value of observable and return it to the modified value, but this tab operator will return the original value to this subscribe. If you are using for example result, let's check in browser. If you notice here, this is the tab operator, line number 34, and this is comes from before we are modifying the data, original data, and this is in subscribe, line number 51, right? Number 51. So it returns the modified data. Here we modified the original data, right? Actually the original data is A, B, C, D. This value we are changed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are subscribed the modified data, right? So now we can understand the difference between the map and tab operator, right? And you can use map operator for debugging. Okay, for debugging purpose you can use map operator, not with tab as well, but you need to return the data. But here in tab operator you don't need to return anything, because we are don't return anything in tab operator. This is for only debugging purpose, but inside that map you can debug like here, and you have to return the value. And you can't memoize functionalities in if you are using map. You can't use the if you are using the map method for debugging or state changing, I mean side effects things you are doing in map operator, you can't do memoize functionalities. What I mean the memoize functionalities is it is mostly used for performance things in Angular. Okay, I'm showing something for you. If you are reach here, you can see some content regarding the performance things, and here you can notice the memoize things. Okay, and for memoization you can here get the example. In this memoization you need to use pure function only. What is pure function in the mean is it only depend on the input things only. It doesn't depend on any state or data change things. Okay, so inside the memoize function we should not change any state variables, right? So in that memoize function it should have only the pure functions. Okay, and last one thing, this tab operator importing from RxJs, or you can directly import from RxJs operators instead importing from RxJs. Okay, that's it. I hope you can understand everything about tab operator. If you have any questions, you can ping me in the comment. I will clear your doubts. Okay, thank you. Bye.